What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with some Destiny 2 news. And so initially there's a bit of new commentary about the future for certain exotic weapons in the game. A bunch of them are going to be updated in Lightfall, but also Bungie give us a few details about plans for weapon perks, future crafting for exotic weapons, and then they jump in with some updates on the TWAB from today. There's a new hotfix. They also teased the return of Iron Banner in January, and confirm that they have no plans to stop producing hidden content and secrets for Destiny in the future, and a few other things which we'll break down in the video. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, but without further delay, let's get into it. And initially today, quick note related to the Dawn in here, DMG said, fun dawning benefits that you may have missed. For the duration of the event, you'll earn bonus progress for crafted weapon leveling when completing activities. But also defeating enemies with snowballs also contributes progress to any equipped crafted weapon. And so if you want to level up any weapons, the Dawning actually is a pretty good time to do it. Next though, there's been some interesting commentary about the future of exotics. And Chris Proctor and Mercules were on the Destiny Community podcast, and they asked if players can expect any exotic weapon reworks or if any are getting new catalysts in Lightfall. And Chris Proctor said, we're doing a big part on subclass 3.0 verbs on exotic weapons, and there's a whole bunch of changes. And these aren't all of the weapons, but he mentioned the Queenbreaker, Ruinous Effigy, Leviathan's Breath, and then 1000 Voices. That's been mentioned before actually. But in addition, there was also Sunshot, Polaris Lance, Two-Tailed Fox, and Prometheus Lens. And so yet more updates or reworks for these exotics. They also suggested that Hawkmoon and Deadman's Tail will be craftable in the future. We don't know exactly when that could happen, but presumably if it was to happen, and they're going to use these weapons to kind of flesh out the exotic element of crafting, then I would guess they'd have to update the potential bonuses for them, which could be interesting. Share your thoughts on that. They also suggested that the Revoker's Reversal of Fortune perk is going to get a nerf in future. Kind of weird that they're touching that one at this point, unless of course the plan is to bring it back in some capacity. So let us know what you think, and I'll link the full Destiny Community podcast episode down below if you want to check it out. Something else very quick before we get into the rest of the TWAB stuff, but DMG said today that he is going to be stepping down as a senior community manager at Bungie, and his final day will be December 30th. He adds, I don't know where the future will take me, but looking forward to new opportunities and challenges. There is a full message from him that you can check out on Twitter too. But obviously DMG's probably been the most prominent community manager over the past handful of years for Destiny 2, and we'll definitely miss his communications. Obviously Bungie have also been expanding their community team, so other people will kind of take on those roles, but of course good luck to DMG whatever he does next. Up next though, we have a couple of other quick updates. We got a hotfix for Destiny 2 today. Bungie fixed the problem where the pirate hideouts were missing from the helm, so players who were trying to complete those couldn't get access to them. And they also made changes to the targeting lasers in Season of the Seraph, the big Rasputin-y tower laser things, I guess, and adjustments were made to graphical elements, with some consideration to photosensitivity. On top of that though, Bungie have said the issue has been resolved, where players couldn't equip certain seasonal artifact mods without using the slots on Artifice armor. So if you've been affected by that, those mods should be equipable as intended. Getting into the bulk of the TWAB though today, Bungie initially speak about the Game Awards trailer that we had last week for Lightfall, and on top of that, of course they touch on the Dawning, and they point out that it will run until the 3rd of January 2023, so we've got a couple weeks left of the event. Let us know if you've picked up any juicy rolls of the weapons or anything like that, or of course the Star Beggar title. But also with this being the final TWAB of the year, Bungie say Valis Forge has a gift for you, and by that, we mean a new Iron Banner week with new loot and a new game mode to get the hang of. The Titan previously known as Saladin might be an old wolf, but he can still learn a few new tricks. And so Iron Banner returns on January 3rd with a new game mode called Fortress. We'll need to capture and hold zones while defeating opponents, but there's a twist. A Cabal twist, and the objectives will change once Keitel and her troops get involved, but we're not revealing the exact details of how Fortress works because we want you to run up that hill yourselves. And the language is a little bit different this time as Bungie explain it, referring to Keitel and her troops, and the objectives specifically changing inside of the mode. And based on the image, it's entirely possible there could be a PvE element to Iron Banner, as well of course as PvP. Let us know what you think they could be hinting at right there. But once again, that'll kick off on January the 3rd, and during Season of the Seraph, players will have a chance to earn 2 returning Iron Banner weapons, the Dark Decider Auto Rifle and the Gunner's Axe Slug Shotgun, both with new perks, and the Iron Banner origin trait. And once again, we will get access to that new armor, or returning armor from the Taken King era of the Iron Banner in Destiny 1, with the awesome wolf cloak for the hunters. And so let us know, guys, are you going to be jumping into Iron Banner now that it's returning for the new season? And of course, I'll keep you posted with that stuff when we return to the reset content on January 3rd. Next though, Bungie speak about secrets, and they say there were some rumours swirling around that Bungie was done making secrets forever. And while the record was corrected, we want to talk a bit about the subject and the feedback we've been seeing from players hungry for surprise content. And so Robbie Stevens jumps in and says, we wanted to take a moment to address the community's feedback around secrets in Destiny 2. But before we get started, if you take one thing away from this communication, let it be that the people working on Destiny 2 believe that secrets are an important part of the franchise, and we're dedicated to delivering secret experiences, both small and large, throughout the coming year. And of course, that'll be in reference to the Lightfall era of the game. And he goes on to say, first and foremost, let's address the Reddit AMA about the difficulty of encrypting content that brought this conversation to a head. Data mining and leaks are not unique problems to Destiny 2. Every live game deals with this issue because it's one of the most challenging engineering problems in games today. That said, our communication was misinterpreted to mean that we are no longer building secret experiences, which is false. We've delivered hidden and secret story beats and content this year, and will continue to do so next year. And for some in the community, secrets have come to mean either a secret mission or puzzle. And it's understandable that the community is hungry for more of this content and is interpreting any hidden thing we do as a signpost for something bigger to come. Just understand that we'll never openly reveal a secret mission or puzzle before it goes live, and that although we're intentionally hiding things for you to discover in every release, not every secret can be something as big as a mission or puzzle. But looking back on the past year, Witch Queen was a release containing a fair share of secrets, and the experiences on the Throne World were directly influenced by content like secret missions and dungeons. And as many of you noticed, we've been layering teasers and secrets about future content throughout our stories, lore entries, and world building leading up to Lightfall. However, we know that you want more, and we know that we haven't released a secret mission that scratches the same itch as Presage, 0 Hour, or The Whisper this year. Those missions were some of the most challenging content for our teams to build, which is why we've only ever released at most one secret mission within a 12-month period. But as we've developed plans leading to Lightfall and beyond, I want to reassure the community that feedback is heard loud and clear, and putting more secrets into Destiny is an initiative our teams have been working on for months before this conversation recently came to a head. But some secrets will be small, some will be large, and some will come next year, and some are right around the corner. But I promise you, we've got a talented group of people who love this type of content, and we know what it means for the community to discover and experience it. And so I think that's a pretty positive response right there. It both recognises the difference between what we've seen in the past year or so and perhaps other things like 0 Hour or that Whisper mission. And as he says, they're going to continue to produce that kind of content. So some positive commentary right there, and give us your thoughts down in the comments section. But next in the TWAB, Bungie revealed the winning ornament for the Arbalist. And of course it was a community vote for an Arbalist ornament concept. And the winning design is the third one, Synthwave. And so in the future, I believe it's halfway through next year, something like that, Bungie are going to release this new ornament for Arbalist. So let us know if you like the look of that one and if you voted for it. But last quick mention for the TWAB right here, for the Dawning, Bungie points out that for players who want to obtain the Dawning quest on multiple characters, they may need to view all pages of EVA's inventory to find it, but also that the Dawning quest can only be completed once per account. And if one character has already obtained the Cookie Delivery Helper quest step, alternate characters will need to obtain the quest step from the archive in the tower and not from EVA. And so guys, bear that in mind in these first few days of the event. And for today, that is everything that we have to speak about. So hope you found the video useful as always, and if you have, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. Also feel free to get subscribed for more Destiny content, but otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in, and I will catch you guys very soon.